Yo, check it out. I'm a talking cat now. On to the video. Yeah. We into it hard over here. You know what I'm saying? Yo, what's going on, everyone? Today we are playing some Malzahar in the mid lane, or some B-Zahar, if you will. Got the sick little chroma there from the Blue Essence shop. Well, I got that a while ago, actually, but yeah. Anyway, we are playing some B-Zahar up in here. Malzahar is a great mid laner if you are just starting to play League of Legends and you kind of are super overwhelmed. He's super easy to play and easy to pick up. A lot of the farming that he does is with his abilities, which is very nice. He's very simple to use and easy to pick up. Into an Annie here. He also has great wave clear. He has great team fighting capabilities. Yeah, lots of fun stuff for him. So I'll go over his abilities pretty quickly. Quite simply, I'll start with his passive. So his passive is, let's just get this minion here. His passive is just the spell shield. So if you take damage, it reduces the damage that you take, as well as gives you a kind of CC immune. So if Annie comes over here and tries to stun me with something, it'll just still be up, which is pretty nice. Now let's get this minion. His E is a point and click ability, and what that does is you literally just, you can see a target right there, and as the target right there, you just kind of click on it, and it applies a AoE kind of burn. I like to call it space aids. A lot of people call it space aids, but it's just, you know, just an AoE damaging ability. Or not AoE, it's a single target damaging ability. It also spreads to the next target if it dies. So that's why it's really good for, you know, clearing minions, which is quite nice. I'm just gonna wait here a little bit. Now, I'll start off with his second ability, which is his W. It's called Void Swarm. Malzahar canonically is kind of a void-infused human, or prophet. He's called the Prophet of the Void, which is pretty cool. Let's get this guy. Very nice. And what these little void swarms do is they basically just attack the nearest target that has the space aids on it, so your E ability, right? You summon it, they're gonna go for this guy, and they do bonus damage if they're inflicted with it. The other cool thing about them is they also dodge, or they can get in the way of skill shots. So if someone uses, I'm trying to think of like an ability, well, an ability that will get interrupted by a missile. So let's just do that right there, and then yeah. So the cool thing about his Q is it's actually a silence, and it actually refreshes. Let's get this minion here. It refreshes the space aids, or your E ability. And as you can see, it kind of spread onto her there pretty nicely. Now they do time out after a little bit, but it is still quite nice. After the first couple of levels, you don't even really need to last hit with your auto attacks. You can, of course, like, you know, but if you're just learning and, you know, CSing is kind of an issue for you, especially as a mage, then you can, very good, do that. Nice. We're getting all these, which is quite nice. What is Lost Chapter now these days? I think it's Blackfire Torch, right? Oh, it's 1200 for it. Okay, cool. We have tons of mana. So when we started off with this, we started off with a tier. Malzahar, he scales really well. He has really good team fighting. He has really good damage over time as well. Great wave clear. He's a very safe mage too. And yeah, just super easy to play. If you're going to start playing him, like, you're not going to get a ton of solo kills, but it's not really about that. It's kind of really about learning the game, you know? Learning how to farm, you know, learning how to kind of manage the wave, learning how to not die. You know, those are all important things. Solo killing is actually pretty difficult when you're first starting out. And kind of as your first mage there, if you need a little bit of help with CSing and a really simple champion to pick up, Malzahar is a great champion for you to use. See, he's getting low. We applied the Void Swarm. We kind of actually, we missed the cannon. I should have applied it a little bit sooner. You can see, so after I hit her with the silence, it actually got reapplied. So that was pretty nice. He's also a very safe champion because of his spell shield capabilities. We're just gonna keep autoing that, make sure that goes down. We're gonna apply the Voidlings, and they're gonna chunk that guy down. This is pretty nice. We got the shove in on the Annie. Oh, looks like she's not gonna go get it. Okay, that's cool. Also, when you use your E ability, it actually refreshes a little bit of the mana that you use if an enemy dies. So Malzahar is actually quite in a really good spot right now. I'm gonna apply to the back line. I don't know if Zach's here, but I mean, she can try. We can just use our E there. The silence is quite nice. Now, the reason we go Summoner Aerie is because Summoner Aerie gets reapplied as the damage over time gets reapplied. And as you guessed, for itemization, the damage over time mage items are the ones that you're going to want to be using. We're going to use our silence there to refresh the Space Aids. Nice. Now, the Space Aids, that one lasts for 4 seconds. So you can get it up to 8. I mean, realistically, you're going to get it up to 7, but yeah, as you can see, we are farming very well. We got our Lost Chapter here. Wonder if we should just skip out on the boots. We can actually just wait for boots, and then we can TP. Now, I haven't gone over Malzahar's R ability. I'm going to go over that in just a second here. Let's TP back to lane here. So his R is, you guessed it, another point-and-click ability. And what it does is it refreshes your... See if we can get her there. Just silence her right there. She's gonna die. Oh, really? Oh, okay, nice. Die to ignite. Does she have TP? No, she doesn't. Oof. That's bad for her. Nice. Got reapplied. Very good. Okay. Now, you want to max E first, then Q, then W. You can max W, but the problem is with the Voidlings is they die very easily. They do a ton of damage, but it's better just to have the straight-up damage, the guaranteed with the silence. And the other thing about the silence that is quite nice is that literally it's a silence, so people can't cast their abilities when you use it. The other cool thing about it is that it also... Let's just get that completely under there. You can use your W to attack the turret. Like so. Look at that. That's a beautiful thing right there. We can actually just reset. Actually, let's pressure her a little bit. So you can see we are reapplying everything. Gonna get the Voidlings out. We're just gonna try to shove it as hard as we can here. We don't want to get under tower because if we're doing damage to her under tower, then what happens is we're gonna... See how it blocked the spell shield right there? Yeah, he got me, but it doesn't really matter. I don't have R. I want her to know that. Very good. Oh, I didn't think she was going for this. Pretty bad. We should get her though. Or not. We have flash. She has her stun though. So what we did really bad there was use her abilities. I didn't think she was going to go in. It's kind of weird how, if you think about it, she was sitting in a bush. I mean, Eve is... She's level 6, right? Yeah, she's camouflaged, right? So Eve was camouflaged, so she could have actually been sitting here and she wouldn't have been seen. And it's kind of weird to go for that, especially when I didn't have my R up, but it's all right. It's not a big deal. We got this game in the bag, no problem. Okay, so we got our Blackfire Torch. You can also go for Malignance too if you want. The reason why I want Blackfire Torch specifically is because it has this burning capability. As you can see, dealing damage with abilities cause enemies to burn per second for 3 seconds, and it's increased to 20 per monster. So It helps with jungle clears, but the main thing about the Blackfire Torch that's really good is it gives you mana, it gives you ability haste, it gives you AP, which is really what you want, and also it gives you that burning ability. So anything that applies damage over time is really good because all of your abilities, or I shouldn't say all of your abilities, your space aids or your malefic visions, whatever it's called, all that essentially, as you can see, we're getting her pretty good there. It's applied over time, so it's reapplied every single time that happens, which is pretty darn cool. This is why Liandry's is good, and this is why Rylai's Crystal Scepter is also another core item that you want. Now you don't want to get Crystal Scepter right away because mana is kind of an issue for Malzahar. And you can see right here we are just applying some auto attacks. And we're applying a clear. As you can see, we have this amazing shoving capability, and it just melts the waves. Like, how good is that? And he can't really do anything. We're gonna get up here, get these plates. And if they get too close to the kind of space aids, if you will, there's that. There we go. As you can see, it's applied, and it's eating him down pretty good. Annie might be getting frustrated because she can't really fight me in lane, which is exactly what you want as Malzahar. And you just want to keep eating away at the tower. Sound's doing good, and we're doing our job right here. This is fantastic. Getting super strong.
An ally has been slain.
Now, the reason why we went tier is because we eventually want to get a Seraph's Embrace. Now, Seraph's Embrace is really good because it gives you a shield when you're low on health. It's like a Sterix gauge, and it's something that you kind of want later on. So we're not going to build it second. Might be like a fourth item kind of thing. And as you can see, we are tearing apart this tower. First tower blood, super easy. We got 2k gold in the pocket. Got TP in 65 seconds. We're laughing. We're going to go with Sork Boots because we're going to be doing some juicy damage. I don't think we need to get Crystal Scepter right away. We do have enough for Sork Boots. That's pretty nice. Now, let's talk about Malignance. Malignance is really good because it just lowers your cooldown of your ultimate ability by 20, or 20 ability haste. And then it also applies a burn underneath people that are hit by the ultimate. Obviously, you can only hit one person with your ultimate at a time, so Annie is just, she is losing lane. You see we have 123 farm, most farm in the whole game, one of the highest levels. So this is exactly how you want to play Malzahar here. Now we don't have our abilities up, but we didn't get our application there. That's okay. We still have our 2 health pots. That's funny. So you can see we get an amazing push here. Now the cool thing about that is obviously you can get first shove and priority. So as you can see right there, we're able to damage the Zac. Get some silence going there. We want to space quite well. We have a ward so we can see if Annie's coming. Which she is. So we're going to back off a little bit. You see our team's moving up here. Very good. Kind of missed that. That's all right. We're going to focus the Karma here. We're going to use R. And we're just going to flash the wall. Super easy. We got the dragon. They buggered off. Annie should die. She looks like she walked into a box. Okay, very good. Okay, got her. Very nice. We might die to a Zac. I think he can only slow us. Yeah. Got hit there. Or, wait, did we get hit by Jhin? I think we did. Yeah, we did, actually. Or maybe that was his... Yeah, actually, we landed on his flower. That's kind of crazy. Anyway, stuff happens. I missed position, so that was my fault. 250 looks like we're going to get that, so... You don't have to rush Malignance. If you want that extra kind of wave burn with the mana, Blackfire Torch is kind of what you want. Now we're going to get Malignance, and then we're going to get Rylai's Crystal Scepter. Now the reason why this item is good, because... Very good. We're just going to TP back here. Crystal Scepter applies a, I believe it's a 30% slow when you hit people with abilities. So essentially every ability that you land, including your 4-second E ability, it is also going to be applying the slow, which is exactly what you want. Yeah, we got our E. As you can see, we're spacing here quite well. And one E, as you can see, does a lot of damage. And we're still applying that burn there. We don't want to miss position because we don't want to get hit out by the Annie. We can put out our Voidlings and they're going to target her. And we're just going to keep shoving. Now the reason you can just apply, you know, your EW, you can just apply it super easily. What is this girl doing? You can just apply your EW super easily, and then you can just kind of walk away from the wave. Where is she going? Oh, that's fine. We're just gonna go right there. I think she just kills Jhin. Yeah. Okay, easy money. Gonna apply that. We're just gonna walk away. Oh, here it is. Easy. Just press R, walk away. Now, ideally, in a perfect combo, you actually want to apply EW, then R. Always. Because the E is going to do the damage over time, and the W is going to apply the Voidlings that are going to damage the enemy. And they're going to be attacking it the whole time you're suppressing them, right? So as you're doing that suppressing, it is for 2.5 seconds of suppression. Okay? Put a little ward there just in case someone wants to sneak up. That's good. Oh, go. Easy. I think we get a pretty easy back here. I think Karma's going to be looking around over here in a second. Okay, that's good. We got our Malignance, and then we're going to get Crystal Scepter, so pretty good. Also got TP, 90 seconds. We can walk up bot side, which is pretty nice. So as you can see, playing Malzahar is not too hard, so it really allows you to play the map a lot better. So you can focus on what's going on, you can focus on where the jungler is, you can focus on what your team's doing. You don't have to do anything that's incredibly mechanically difficult. And when you're first starting out playing League, like, to be perfectly honest, that's exactly what you want to do. You want to be able to fight in a team, you want to be able to look around people's abilities, you want to be able to look at the map, you know, because you don't want to get overwhelmed with too many things. Malzahar is kind of one of the first mid lane champions that I used, and I definitely recommend him for people who are just kind of starting out. So he's also very strong, like, especially for climbing in ranked, because he's super easy, he pushes the wave out really easily. And let's... There we go, just keep shoving it. As you can see, like, Jhin can't even keep up with this. We just shove it out. Boom, there it is. I just back off. And you wanna, and then you focus on things like, hey, look, there's an objective coming up, right? You can keep pressure on the map with your amazing wave clear. And there we go. Let's hit that guy. Get our Voidlings out. They also tank the aggro, so you can kind of put them in front of you like so. There it is. Reapply the E. Silence does his thing. And this guy should die. There it is. Pretty easily. Another point in our E. Hey, Karma. Press R. I think we might be dead here. Yep. Zac flew out of nowhere. We should get it, which is pretty nice. Playing Malzahar, you shouldn't be walking up the way I did so aggressively. But as you can see, you are still super squishy, and you can get kind of tanked down. Tanked down. You can get 100 to 0 pretty quick.
Shut down.
Other nice thing about Malzahar is that you scale super hard as well. You do a lot of damage over time. You can shred tanks. You're really good. And if you even just take a look here, like, look at the difference between Annie and me. I'm level 13, she's level 12, 173 farmed, 91. And, you know, farming is probably one of the hardest things to... I think we have a giant spell. Yeah, we do. Farming is one of the hardest things to get good at when you're playing League. And it's like, you know, learning to do that and actually play your champion at the same time is pretty difficult. We're going to TP here because we want the wave. Nice, get everything here. Very nice. And we have our Crystal Scepter at 850 gold. And you can see, look at this, just takes care of it so easily. It's quite nice. We got our R up. Very nice. And our mid tower is still very strong. Allows us to play the map. So even though, you know, we're not getting 100 solo kills, which isn't the flashiest thing, you know, we are absolutely crushing our lane counterpart. Oh. Get away from me, Karma. We don't want to overextend kind of past this point, to be honest, so.
An ally has been slain.
How did this happen here? I guess we're on this. Oh, geez. Okay. Should be okay. We're going to apply. The nice thing about your... Oh my god. I was going to say the nice thing about your W... Should be easy. Oh, pff, easy cleanup. The nice thing about your W is that and when you have Crystal Scepter, it actually applies the slow as well. So if something's chasing you, you can actually just press W. And it'll apply the slow. Now, I will say the one thing about Malzahar is you do lack mobility. You actually have 0 mobility. So you are, I guess, classified as a control mage. You control areas of space. Because the area that you're in is kind of the space that you control. As long as more than one people aren't attacking you. But you can normally kind of get them pretty good, so. At least one person. Karma's tough because she has a lot of speed boost. Jhin has range and follow-up, and Annie has point click stun. But yeah, so now we have the Riley's Crystal Scepter. Let's go for Liandry's. I think we're just going to build this item last, Tear of the Goddess. Because Liandry's is just too good. Liandry's is awesome. So, dealing damage with abilities causes enemies to burn for 2% max health damage per second for 3 seconds. So that's applied every second, along with your Malefic Vision, so your E ability, which is quite nice. We're just going to run it up mid. We have our ultimate ability. Positioning is, again, pretty important with Malzahar. And if you take a look at Annie's items, she has 2.5. I have 3 full items, 3 and a bit, so that's really good. You also never want to be the first one in. You can see Sion right here is fighting a Zachary. Dude. Easy, you're dead. Very nice. So that was pretty easy. The silence, again, super nice, right? Sion's gonna push up here. We got Zeri. Very nice. So it looks like they're occupied with a Shaco. Sion's pushing everything out. That's super easy for us. But you just fight behind the Sion. Like, this is it's the easiest thing in the world. We can use our W there. Flash R is a pretty common combo too. Oh. Didn't mean to get hit by that. Oh jeez, I just realized what happened here. Yeah, we got kind of screwed. I forgot about the Annie behind us. Still, like, even though I didn't get my E off, we damaged her pretty good. Shaco's kind of off doing his own thing. Haunting Guys is kind of nice because it still applies that 2% burn damage. So as you can see, we mispositioned, kind of forgot about the Annie. I didn't realize she would just kind of walk up behind us as two were preoccupied with what was going on here. And honestly, that's a perfect example of League of Legends, right? If you're having a really complex character, not saying Malzahar is complex, but if you have a super complex character, you're going to be focused on a bunch of other things other than actually your positioning. So even though I made a simple error of just getting caught out like that, Malzahar is, of course, he is a front-to-back champion. You definitely want to be playing behind someone a little bit tankier. We're just going to run it up mid. Sari's on the top side, so... Shaco he's doing Shaco things. It'd be nice if he was playing a little bit more like Karma, but yeah, you can't control what people are doing, unfortunately. Cool thing, we can apply that, and we can just kind of walk away, which is quite nice. Little team fight here. Here we go. Okay, that's good. I don't know why Shaco isn't... There's Annie. Looks like she died. That's good. Over here. Okay.
Has been slain.
There it is. Are we gonna die? Oh my goodness. Just live by the skin of our teeth here. Let's put a ward here and then just... Oh, okay. Alright. Looks like we won the game. A little bit of FF there. Alright, there you go. Hope you learned something about Malzahar. If you think I missed something, you can reach out to me in the comments. And if you think you're better than me at League, feel free to let me know just how much better you are. For more gameplay commentaries and beginner guides, you can head on over to my channel. And if you're new, consider subscribing. You're helping me feed my cats, Kai, Jinx, and Rin. Have a wonderful day, and as always, thank you for watching.